I went to meet my girlfriend's family, only to find out they were all my exes. Her mom was the loaded sugar mama I'd been sucking up to for 3 years. Her little sister was the adorable sweetheart who was head over heels for me. Her older sister was a top-tier socialite who played the game like a pro. And her aunt was the hot librarian type who used to drive me absolutely crazy. These were all the women I used to chase after like a lost puppy. And now that I'd stopped, they were all losing their minds. Don't be nervous. My family's great. They're definitely going to love you. I played it cool on the outside, but on the inside, I was absolutely freaking out. Oh God. The moment that door swung open, my jaw hit the floor. My vision went black and my knees buckled. Chen Lang, we don't stand on ceremony here. No need to bow like that. My legs were glued to the floor, head down, couldn't even think about standing up. I half wanted to full-on prostrate myself in front of this woman. Wasn't this the rich cougar I used to grovel for? And she turned out to be my girlfriend's actual mom. Chen Lang is just really shy. First time meeting you, he's probably super nervous. Please don't take it personally. Oh, so your name's Chen Lang. Here I was thinking it was Ethan Feng. The way Chin Man said those 2 words, I could practically hear her grinding her teeth. Yeah, the fake name I'd fed her was Ethan Feng. When you're out playing the field, only an idiot uses their real name. Chen Lang, why are you staring at the floor? You hiding something? I've got a bad neck. I really need to see a doctor. Then start by lifting your head. I've got a bad back. Can't even stand up straight. I really need to see a doctor. Cynthia, go get Dr. Lee over here. Give this gentleman a proper checkup. I had no choice. I dragged myself up off the floor on shaky legs. This woman's possessiveness was terrifying. Once at a banquet, a female manager snuck a glance at me, and by that same night, she'd been fired. Word was she got jumped on the way home too. Hi, ma'am. We're family now. No need for formalities. Just call me Mom, Chen Lang. See? Told you they'd love you? Relax. Just do whatever Mom says. Please, I'm begging you, just shut up. Mom? Chinman gave a satisfied nod, and Chinman grinned like an absolute goofball. Just then, from somewhere inside the house came the sound of things being thrown, along with a teenage girl's sobs and screaming. What's Nora crying about in there? Got played by some random dude. That girl's such a hopeless romantic. How much did she get scammed out of this time? Actually, she didn't lose any money this time, which is almost worse. Instead, she pulled some embarrassing nonsense. She'd been in an online relationship with this guy for months, and just last night, he told her he was in his 60s, divorced, and had 2 kids. My heart skipped a beat. That sounded suspiciously like the excuse I'd made up off the top of my head last night when I broke up with the little sweetheart. Mom, don't be too hard on her. Nora's still young. It's normal to get played by a sleazy old man like that. She's figured it out now. Let her cry it out for a couple of days, and she'll move on. I stood there listening, feeling more and more guilty by the second. She'd been stringing me along while posting flirty photos with all kinds of guys on Instagram. And somehow I'm the bad guy. But honestly, thank God it was only a half online thing. The name I'd given her was completely made up, and she'd never gotten a clear look at my face. Should be fine. You're being way too naive. She hired the top private investigator in the country to track the guy down. They've apparently already narrowed it down to a general location. Right in this neighborhood. Chin Man clenched her fist hard. Good. I hope they find him. How dare he embarrass our family like that? I'll personally ship that old creep off to the middle of nowhere. My knees gave out and I hit the floor again. Chen Lang, what is it this time? Sudden lower back spasm. Chin Man walked past me, eyes drifting straight to my backside. I just had hemorrhoid surgery recently. My walk was a little off, and I hadn't worked out in forever, so my muscles had gone soft. She was a total gym rat who loved guys with great bodies. Back when we were together, if I so much as snuck a slice of cake, she'd chew me out for 2.5 days straight, drag me to fancy dinner parties, make me try on 100 different outfits, then give me that stink eye and say, whatever, I guess this'll do. She had serious alpha energy. Not that I'd ever say that out loud, because she'd been way too generous for me to risk it. But wait, shouldn't she be repulsed seeing me like this? Why do her eyes look watery? We're settling this tonight. Right after that, she stormed into the living room, fuming, and got in the crying girl's face. Are you done with your little meltdown? Haven't you embarrassed us enough? I don't care. I've made up my mind. Jake is the one for me. Let me out. I have to find him. Chin Man looked around frantically and yanked the belt right off my pants. Say that one more time. I dare you. You can beat me all you want. I'm still going to find Jake. The girl looked sweet and soft on the outside, but she was stubborn as a mule on the inside. Fine, get out. Go on, walk right out that door. You step outside today, and as far as I'm concerned, I never had a daughter. Let her go out there. There are private investigators everywhere. What if they actually find me? Actually, maybe just knock her out instead. Watching the girl march blankly toward the door, I bolted over and stepped in front of Nora. Hey, listen to your brother-in-law for a sec. Have you considered that maybe this guy is ugly as sin? That's probably why he won't show his face. I don't care at all. I actually like ugly guys. In that case, I can hook you up with someone even uglier. Doesn't matter. Jake is the ugliest. Keep going, hit me harder. She looked up, her doe eyes all red and puffy from crying, like a little puppy who'd been scolded. My heart completely melted. From years of experience being a lovesick fool myself, I knew that yelling or hitting someone this deep in their feelings never works. I gently ran my hand through her hair. Think about it. Out of nowhere, he tells you he's divorced with 2 kids. Have you even stopped to ask yourself why? Maybe there's more to the story than you know. If you go chasing after him all over town, do you have any idea how much pressure that puts on him? Just give him some space. Trust me, once he gets his head straight, he'll come back to you on his own. Damn it. Just give me a few more days, and I'll completely reinvent myself. Turn over a new leaf. Honestly, at this point, even becoming a monk to hide from all you women doesn't sound half bad. Nora clearly took the words to heart. She nuzzled her head softly against my hand, like a gentle little puppy. Bro-in-law, talking to you actually makes me feel so much better. You kind of remind me of Jake when you talk. Oh God, please don't say things like that. Okay, I'll listen to you. I'll wait a few days before I go look for Jake. I let out a huge sigh of relief. I could have kissed her on the spot. So, while I'm being calm and patient these days, can I date you, bro-in-law? Hand me that belt. I'll personally knock some sense into this hopeless romantic. In the end, Chinmon came back with some rope, intending to tie Nora up so she couldn't make a run for the door. All right, that should do it. I stood up and turned around, only to find Chinmeng and Chinman both staring at me with the strangest looks on their faces. I instinctively glanced down at Nora, and my heart nearly stopped. Oh no. I'd absent-mindedly tied her up in an elaborate Japanese rope bondage knot. Well, look at you. Getting pretty fancy, huh? Who taught you that? Sis, just hear me out. I did. By the way, why is Aunt Olivia home so late today? This is my aunt, Kin Mo. She's an artist and a teacher. I've heard a lot about you. Oh, Chen Lang, you look like you've seen a ghost. A ghost? No. What I need is a hole in the ground to disappear into. Watching the woman who taught me that knot slowly close the distance between us, I kept my head down and quietly squeaked out, "Hi, Aunt Mo." So here's the thing. I'd been doing a kind of twisted fake dating game with Ms. Kin Mo. She'd been working on this art series called Entangled Affections and decided she wanted me as her model. I couldn't say no, she was paying way too well, so I reluctantly agreed. Then this woman had the nerve to say her creative flow ran dry, blamed the universe, and after 2.5 days of painting, declared the vibe was off. She pushed me into signing a fake relationship contract. Well, I'm no saint, but I definitely wasn't going to agree to that. I'll double your pay. Okay, babe, it was only a 6-month contract anyway. Money's money, nothing to be ashamed of. I'd run away from home with nothing to my name, totally broke, basically living off Nora's allowance. Then I went and drunkenly agreed to come home with Chin Mong, so I had no choice but to end things with Chin Mo, terminate the contract. We just weren't compatible. I like tying people up, not being tied down. It's over. Auntie, you know Chen Lang? We've crossed paths. Chen Lang, relax, you're fine. Ha, well, I guess I owe you one, huh? I'm the one who taught him that knot. What? You want to learn too? These two clearly had beef. It looked like things were about to get physical.
别吵了，别吵了。
All right, enough. What is this family bickering about? I just woke up and you're all already going at it. Anyway, let me explain what's going on with Chen Lang. I was completely done. The most dangerous one in the Chen family had just walked in. So about that knot, Aunt Mo taught him how to tie it when she was restraining a piglet. That day in class they were drawing a pig, and the little thing kept running around. No choice but to tie it up. Chen Lang's a quick learner. Picked it right up from watching, didn't you? True to form, not a single kind word ever came out of her mouth, shading me on the sly, but I had no choice. I just had to swallow it and nod along. Oh, Chen Lang? He and I are the closest. A little rough around the edges, not the sharpest tool in the shed, but please be patient with him. Sis, do you actually know Chen Lang? How come I never heard him mention you? You'd have to ask Chen Lang that. What am I supposed to say? Oh yeah, she caught me juggling multiple relationships at once, had me wrapped around her finger, and made me her personal lapdog. I'm a fan of hers. Anyway, Chen Lang, when we're out to dinner, he's a total goofball. Might be a bit of an adjustment once he moves in. Please, for the love of God, stop talking. I swear I want to stuff something in your mouth to shut you up. Don't be too hard on him, everyone. Chen Lang's just a little naive and clueless, let alone meeting the family for the first time. I don't think he's had much dating experience at all, has he? Right, Chen Lang and I are each other's first love. Sure enough. The moment those words hit the air, every single pair of eyes in the room locked onto me. Excuse me, I need to use the bathroom. I made it to the bathroom and started seriously calculating whether a toilet had enough flushing power to send me straight to the Pacific Ocean. Just when I was 1 second away from slamming my head into the wall, Chin Mo walked in. I took a deep breath and committed to the plan. Lean into the breakup act. Make her hate me enough to let this all go.